It's a Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Jaclyn Whittal, and it's so nice to have you along. Here are some of our top stories that we're talking about here on the Weather Network. So there's snowfall and extreme cold. We'll let you know exactly where. Yeah, another Atlantic blizzard. And we highlight the word blizzard here because Newfoundland, you could be seeing some very, very strong winds, some heavy snow on tap. Same with you in the Maritimes, but really expecting that for Newfoundland. Cold air dips all the way down to visit our snowbirds down in Florida. That'd be my in-laws who are in Naples. Okay, I won't be bitter and say, hey, it looks good on them. No, that wouldn't be fair. Okay, they're not going to be this cold, but it will be chilly. Minus 13 in Regina this afternoon, feeling like minus 24, minus 13 with the wind chill for you in Calgary. But I'll tell you, if you want to go somewhere and get away from the winter weather, go to Calgary. You'll be up around 11 degrees by Thursday, courtesy of some downsloping winds and some real mild Pacific air. Now this afternoon, Toronto minus 8 with the wind chill. There's a look at our overall systems. So we have this system that is brewing off the coast of North Carolina near Cape Hatteras. Also seeing this system here. This is just an area of low pressure that will bring some snow to Newfoundland, skirt on by through Nova Scotia. But it's this one that becomes the next bigger of the two, a next nor'easter. And then notice this clipper here. This is an Alberta clipper skirting the international border. That will also merge to become a powerful storm as well. We'll talk about all of it coming up. This trough will sort of dissipate, so our showers will be scattered in nature at west. And then this bigger storm by Wednesday, most of your day Wednesday will be soggy up the central and north coast. But down through Vancouver, you're going to get some dry breaks. Now this morning, Victoria is seeing some showers. Vancouver, 10 degrees and showers. But again, that's going to be dissipating throughout your afternoon. Brandon, look at this heavy snow coming up on the radar. You see that darker blue? That's the radar suggesting that that's some heavy snow bands going on through that region right now, and maybe 10 to 15 centimeters possible. And then Thunder Bay and Geraldton up through northwestern Ontario. That's where the clipper will visit next. That's today into tomorrow. And then southern Ontario will get a little bit of snow as well. But let's take you to southern Ontario. So after the storm moved through, we still continued with the snow flurries. Now, we could see a few scattered flurries today, but temperatures a little bit of a bump up because this area of low pressure is going to move in through the north. That's going to switch our winds sort of out of the southeast and maybe into the southwest ultimately through the day. Either way, know that you'll get a little bump in temperatures, about 5 to 10 centimeters. East Coast still dealing with some very cool wind chills, and we're seeing about 5 to 10 centimeters through Wednesday. That's what that first low that I was showing you. 5 to 10 for you through much of eastern portions of Newfoundland, but that's just the beginning. We'll be back with more on the next nor'easter. Share your weather time today on this Tuesday. I'm Jaclyn Whittal. This one's pretty cool. So Kelly Noseworthy is working on a story, speaking to the local fire department in Springwater Township. That's near Barrie. And this is really cool for kids that want to earn some hours toward their community hours for their high school diploma. So basically, if you clear a path of snow to a fire hydrant to and from, and then this is what we want you to do. We want you to tweet, and the name here at Springwater TWP, you can see on the bottom of your screen. Tweet that, hashtag it Good Neighbors, and you'll get a half hour of community hours if you do that toward your high school diploma. How cool is that? So here's your detailed forecast for Springwater, Ontario. -3 for your Wednesday. We have snow flurries. -8 for Thursday. Lots of sunshine, but some of the coldest air that Ontario has seen yet this season. All right, and we continue to show some interesting, user-generated photo content. Here's what we call it here at the Weather Network. Sunrise. This was in Back Bay, New Brunswick. Some fantastic photos that we get, and we appreciate you sharing them. Okay, more on that story about giving away free hats.
Out on the...
There you go. Some great activity suggestions for your family day weekend, right? I'm meteorologist Jaclyn Whittal. I don't think I'm going to be signing up for the ice swimming anytime soon. I've done the polar bear dip once in my life, but to actually stay in there and swim, wow, that's pretty cold. All right, let's take a look at our cloud tops. It shows our infrared satellite. It shows basically where our active weather is. Watching some moisture down through the U.S. moving onshore, and then all of that's going to ride along the jet stream and bring the snow and rain up to the extreme north. And you know, people on the West Coast, they're looking for snow. Here's more on that. Oh, good for her. All right. Yes. Family Day. We'll have a look at your forecast, what you can expect coming up in just a few seconds here. All right. So there's the rain up through the central and north coast. You will get it down toward the south, but not until Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours. And it'll be a lot less by the time it makes it into the south. The central and north could get hit pretty hard. Same with you through the prairies today. Manitoba, it's your turn. Regina, things are lightening up through southern Saskatchewan, but southwestern portions of Manitoba. Heavy snow on tap, maybe 10 to 15 centimeters. Thunder Bay and Geraldton as it pushes through northwestern Ontario. Same deal for you. Here's a look at your wind chills this afternoon. Not not too bad, actually. About -8, -12 through Quebec and Sept-Îles, -16s. But the cold air is on the way, and extreme cold warnings are in place. But your Family Day weekend could be a cold one right across the east. Oh, nice to have you along. It's Tuesday, and I'm Jaclyn Whittal. Here are some of our developing stories that we're watching. Today, it's snowfall and extreme cold. Yet another Atlantic blizzard on deck, and that means people like Boston who have been hit so hard. And let's not forget about the Canadian side of the story. The good news is that Moncton and places like that have been hit so hard with, 284 centimeters of snow. You may not get the bulk of this one. It might be more of a Newfoundland story. So places like St. John's that have very little snow on the ground right now, I think it's about 2 centimeters, whereas Corner Brook has much, much more back toward the west. That could be changing very quickly. All right, I think Corner Brook has 130 centimeters, Dana Vittise told me. Okay, system showdown. Let's get into it. Let's go out west first. So we look at some moisture moving on the west coast and down towards the south. That's a trough. And then this is the next big one. So the central and north coast, you will have a big system on tap, but it's going to stay up there. So Victoria and Vancouver down through the southern parts of the island, not going to be hit as hard. As we track east, let's go to the prairies next. You can see Regina. We have some snow coming up on the radar. There's a look at the system that's moving through this morning. The bulk of the snow will be on the top side of that low through southwestern Manitoba. All of that moves into Ontario next. Northwestern Ontario, high pressure builds in behind that. You can see Wednesday into Wednesday evening. So the radar you just saw showed Ontario getting hit with the snow next. Geraldton, Thunder Bay, about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow by the time this event is done. And let's show you there. So you saw the radar there. Now we have this brewing storm. This is another nor'easter that's on deck. Could it affect Ontario? No, it's not. We're not going to see that moisture move back this way, but it will affect Atlantic Canada. When you take a look at that nor'easter, we're watching an area of low pressure that's moving through the Maritimes, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But high pressure, really the name of the game. Northwestern Ontario, you're going to see that snow. Just a dusting for you in the southwest, but all of that moves into the east. And then the Atlantic provinces are going to be getting into a bundle of snow. Yeah, we'll talk about just how much you'll be shoveling out of. It'll be St. John's that'll get hit hard, the Avalon, the Burin, and the Bonavista. And then, of course, down through the Maritimes, we'll have the totals, what we're expecting there. That's all coming up. Don't go away.